Sober Boundaries is designed as a discussion and information Please do me a favor and hit subscribe. Also hit the bell so you'll be notified of our next episode. Okay. Thank you very much. All right. In 1995, I finally got clean and sober after decades of false living, physical and emotional pain, suicidal despair, family loss, and homelessness. I realized that I had been chasing fulfillment from things like sex, money, clothes, partying, and also the approval of others. For a few seasons, I did experience success. I was making pretty good money and had a nice place to live and fancy clothes, okay? Even with that, I never really could look in the mirror and feel good about myself. Everything in my life was superficial, not real. I had a false sense of happiness. In reality, I had a hole in my soul. Inside, I was a pitifully sad person. After the failure of my first marriage, I convinced myself to step up the game of chasing things to the next level. I began using and selling drugs. After a while, I began to blame others as I was in and out of treatment centers about 6 or 7 times. I was not sincere. I believed if I just took a break from life and sat in the treatment rooms, things would change. In time, I lost everything. I even decided that leaving this existence would be better than staying. Yeah, I cut my wrist only to discover I didn't have the courage to kill myself. But you know what? This event was a turning point. I moved back into the rescue mission, and it was there that I met Pam, who soon became my best friend and a few years later, my wife. Incredibly, I learned how she could take the storms of life and keep that forever smile on her face. I discovered she had an unending faith in God and His principles. These principles guide not our heads, but our hearts. Yeah, I know. I realize that many have difficult time with religion. So did I, until I discovered spirituality has its strength and power in principles and not people or religious traditions. The life I had been living was based on material things and the selfish opinions of myself and others. Now I have discovered that the life principles of God's Word contain a path of common sense, self-development, and spiritual growth. This path of spiritual growth is focused on the quality of life and the quantity of its happiness. This shift of priorities also allows us to embrace the opportunity of success by focusing on what really matters in life. In other words, what we have and not what we don't have. The concept of gratitude, right? This spirituality allows the understanding of peace and purpose, the development of character quality, and regarding the concerns of others. This wanting more for others rather than for yourself helps you develop a constant communication with God. This spiritual harmony allows you to have an open mind that you will see the possibilities and opportunities of success and not the excuses to justify failure. You'll begin to see and imagine yourself surrounded and engaged in love, happiness, and the success you desire. Having a heart and spirit that concerns itself with the welfare of others instead of our ego increases the virtues which cultivate happiness and peace in our lives. Virtues like respect, love, honesty, kindness, and a servant's heart. Serving others can also help us to find our purpose. Think about those moments you helped someone not only to solve a problem, but also put a smile on their face, right? When you retrace those moments, you will realize that in those moments, you also were happy. Many times it's just the small things. I still smile at the memory of teaching a young man in my sobriety group how to iron his clothes. When I contemplate the fact that I gave him a life-changing skill out of the heart of a servant, this reminds me to stay humble, to pray and meditate concerning my life's choices. The wisdom of these choices, I believe, ultimately attract not only a quality sobriety, but inner peace, success, and happiness. As always, it's a matter of choice. If you like the content on this channel, please hit subscribe and also hit the bell so you'll be notified of our next episode. And also post any questions or comments, as we would like to hear from you. Thank you for joining us. My name is Wade Davis. Hope to see you next time. And as always, take care.